This morning, Leonardo DiCaprio in his movie The Wolf of Wall Street earned 4 BAFTA nominations, the British version of the Oscars. The film looks at the rise and fall of a stockbroker who defrauded investors. But along with more than $64 million at the box office, it's also bringing a bunch of controversy. Michelle Miller is with us. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Well, from the victims he swindled to the man who led the prosecution against him, Jordan Belfort's critics are calling out Hollywood for producing a film they say glorifies his lifestyle.
This is the greatest company in the world!
As a federal prosecutor, Joel Cohen got to know the real Jordan Belfort. He prosecuted the crooked stockbroker in the 1990s when he was convicted of swindling innocent clients out of hundreds of millions of dollars at his Long Island firm.
He's the kind of guy that you'd enjoy having a drink with if your wallet were hidden safely in your back pocket.
Was all this legal? Absolutely not.
Cohen says the new film, directed by Martin Scorsese, downplays the serious nature of the crimes Belfort committed and glorifies his actions.
There's a line you don't cross, and the line for me was you don't start mixing reality and fiction in that way where you're essentially acting as an advertisement for Jordan Belfort.
His partner in crime, Danny Porish.
I love 3 things. I love my country, I love Jesus Christ, and I love making people rich. Hello?
Played in the film by Jonah Hill.
I got a couple mil coming in like a week. And when it gets in, I'll give you a call, you come pick it up.
We spoke with Hill recently for a profile on Sunday morning.
It's a rise and fall, film. You see the repercussions for excess and treating people badly.
The Wolf of Wall Street has already received 2 Golden Globe nominations, including Best Picture and Best Actor. In an interview with Charlie Rose, Scorsese and DiCaprio talked about the portrayal.
He said, look, as long as you portray people as authentically as you possibly can, and you don't try to sugarcoat their intentions, and you give an accurate portrayal of their very nature, audiences will go along with you on that.
One of the reasons I resisted at first, I didn't want to make any apologies for the way they behaved.
Victims have expressed outrage in news reports over how they were ignored in the movie. Cohen says few were ever paid back.
This isn't about him. It's about the decision by a respected artist to make a movie, which I thought was unfairly unsympathetic to people that suffered at his hands.
Does this movie hurt the victims of Jordan Belfort?
It has to. How could it not?
And one of those victims is Christina McDowell. Her father, Tom Prosalis, was a former associate of Belfort's who spent time in prison for stock fraud. In a letter to LA Weekly, McDowell wrote, quote, "The film only glorifies her father's association with Belfort and the crimes they committed. Belfort's victims, my father's victims, don't have a chance at keeping up with the Joneses. They're left destitute, having lost their life savings at the age of 80. They can't pay their medical bills or help send their children off to college." Now, according to some reports, Belfort has paid only $11.6 million of the $110 million he was required to pay in restitution to his victims as part of his 2003 sentencing agreement.